Tracker's reading green. What's that sound?
The security lockdown is active.
Shit. Stop. Stop whatever you're doing and get in cover. It's on the move.
Det er jorden. Det kan jeg sgu godt se. Skandinavien er der. Er jorden mon blevet udtørret af global opvarmning, eller er jorden kommer for tæt mod solen, så solen har udtørret planeten, eller?
Thrusters firing. Descending now.
Hvad fanden er det her? Super godt, Sarah, du har taget det på. Der er stadigvæk tyndekraft. What the fuck? No? Det skulle da en bygning, det her.
It is much more comfortable inside the ship. Maybe we shouldn't stay out here for too long. I'm listening. All right, but be careful.
Stå her. London Snow Globe. Check out your inventory. Yeah. Så jorden er faktisk blevet til en desert planet, bogstaveligt talt. Jeg synes måske, at man skulle have haft tilføjet et eller andet køretøj til, at du kan køre. Okay, stjerner.
Liftoff established. Thrusters firing. Orbital pattern locked down.
Okay, det ser altså ikke helt for godt ud.
Captain on deck? All is well, Captain, all things considered.
Let's see what's out there. An abandoned meatpacking facility built on the fringes of the settled systems. I wonder what happened here.
Jamen, det må vi finde ud af. Jeg tænker, at der ikke er nogen grund til, at jeg har hjelmen på.
An abandoned meatpacking facility built on the fringes of the settled systems. I wonder what happened here. Something's been through here recently, but left everything in place. At least we know it wasn't the Crimson Fleet. Yeah?
Og du er ikke dig, jeg vil snakke med. Since the dawn of the agrarian revolution 10,000 plus years ago, humanity has been trying to speed up the progress of growing food and get it into place. But that's always come out the cost of quality and lead to horrific practice like industrial farming, which lead to corners cut and ultimately a worse product. And we all just accepted it. We live in a freeze-dried age, but we don't have it. Are you up to challenge to changing how the settlements eat? The plan. We're standing in the middle of our unfinished masterpiece here. Yes, we're planning to remake food as we know. Det har været en farm, det her.
I thought. Or you've got some incredible timing. Regardless, I think it knows you're here. I'll unlock the door. Second floor, main building. But be quiet.
You have anything valuable?
So what do we got here? Too clean to be one of the settlers. Or a pirate. You see on patrol, maybe? Yeah, make my day if you said you were a shock trooper out for a stroll. Oh, I've been better. But I think bleeding out is at least off the table. What I really need, though, is someone who knows their way around a weapon. So, if you wanted to tell me, I'm heavy infantry and I've come to bring you the gift of ordnance, I wouldn't mind in the least. Vanguard, huh? Yeah, I expect they didn't. I'm Hadrian. I was a researcher with the UC. I came here on a rumor of a... Well, I expect you saw the results on your way in. What's left of the settlers? The work of Oxysio Machina. A terramorph. One of the nastiest aliens humanity's ever crossed paths with. And this one, well, it's something of an anomaly. Possibly a worrying one.
I can't believe that a terramorph did all this damage. I mean, I've heard the stories, but to see the decimation firsthand...
I sure could. Because to confirm my suspicions about this creature, I'm gonna need a tissue sample from it. And to get that, I need its corpse. But there is a way we can give ourselves an edge against this thing. The plant's security system. The admin terminal's here in this building, but it needs its connection reset. And as I found out, that's not a one-person job. But if you can make it to the security outpost and restore the connection, I think I can get things back online. See if the settlers left us any other tools. Admin access is centralized to the terminal in this room. Nothing's coming back online if I'm not here. But even if that weren't the case, I'd likely be more of a liability out there than a help right now. Good. Once I see the connection reset, I'll get things underway on my end. Take care of yourself out there. And make sure you leave enough of that thing for us to get a sample.
Connection restored. I'll make this quick. Plant's turrets took a beating, but I should be able to get you a couple of kill lanes. Just get the thing to chase you down the alleys between the buildings, and you'll lead it right into a crossfire. Oh, hello? I wish I'd found this
Set
earlier.
aside anything useful.
You notice
and
those
just leave the
sensors
rest.
around the facility? Part of a livestock tracking system. Should let you keep tabs on how close the terramorph is. But it's not connected to this network. There should be a terminal in the adjoining room. Tune it to 183.5. Tracker's reading green. What's that sound?
Security lockdown is active.
Shit. Stop. Stop whatever you're doing and get in cover. It's on the move. Look, I wouldn't engage directly if you can avoid it. The kill lanes. They're set up but need power. There's breakers on each of the buildings you can throw to get them live. Once they're online, lead the terramorph towards the lights and watch the fireworks.
I don't
Give it
like
hell,
this.
Vanguard.
Power levels insufficient. Proceed to next power breaker.
Distance target 38 meter. Den kommer. Ikke på der.
Seeing a meat packing facility from the inside is starting to make me feel like I should switch to becoming a vegetarian.
close.
Hope you'll rest.
Og den kommer! Den kommer! Sammen!
It's a miracle we were able to bring that thing down. At least we avenged the deaths of the colony. Might as well take what we can.
Jesus Christ. At det er mørkt og alt muligt. Altså, puha. Og det regner og puha.
Trekker's gone quiet. I suspect it's either hiding or... Wait. You did?
I believe the bridge you're looking for. Thank you for saving my ass.
I'm not too proud. Thank you for saving my ass. You didn't happen to grab me a tissue sample, did you?
Can you really learn much from a little sample?
A lot of life gets recorded in our cells. Like, for example, if this terramorph's cells have certain radiation or chemical exposures, it could point to it having been transported on a ship. Then, we could start getting some answers about this thing. So, did you manage to nab one? All right. I spotted a microscope downstairs. Let's see if we can't get to the bottom of this. Older model. Let's see what you can do. Running basic diagnostics. Nothing. Maybe a flag scan? Spectrograph. Damn. This equipment, it's not set up to do a proper analysis of our sample. But this terramorph being here, of all places, it doesn't make sense. Humanity's spread plenty of creatures in our travels across the stars. Pets, livestock, pests. But terramorphs? They're different. To our knowledge, no one's ever spread them intentionally. Yet somehow, they follow us. So when humans settle a world, 70 to 100 years later, terramorphs tend to just appear. No one knows how or why. Dangerous, but at least predictable. Talseti, though, it's too young to have a native population. It's only been colonized 20 years? But then the other option, that someone captured one of the deadliest predators in the galaxy just to wipe out some settlers minding their own business? That seems awfully implausible. Which means we're either looking at a truly strange murder or a faster type of terramorph growth, the results of which could be catastrophic. Terramorph outbreaks have taken down far bigger colonies than this one. They have. They even took down an entire city once. A place called Londinium had to be quarantined due to a massive outbreak during the Colony War.
Det var det, vi fik at vide på den der
The only
museum
known
der.
loss of that scale, but it's the reason why any change in our relationship with these creatures needs to be taken very seriously. Well, they're not exactly buying tickets and flying coach. The theory is that they're spread by some kind of egg or seed that's able to evade our detection.
Okay.
But how the hell an undetectable egg turns into a terramorph without anyone noticing is a question no one's ever found an answer to. And it's why what's happened here could be real bad news for the rest of human civilization. You're right. We just need more information first. Time was, I had access to one of the best repositories of terramorph research in the galaxy. Seems a natural place to start looking, if I can figure how to access it. But we also need to get this sample properly analyzed, get confirmation on just how concerned we should be. Luckily, I think I know just the person to help with the sample. What would you say to delivering this to him for me? I'd do it myself, but I need to call in some favors. See if I can't get access to that terramorph data. Plus, maybe just pop by a hospital for a little bit. Clear it with your commander first if you have to. You can even show them this. My gene tag. Tell them Hadrian Sanan is worried there could be more attacks on the horizon. They should recognize the name. I was. Long time ago. Family tradition. But I know some of the folks from my old unit moved into the Vanguard. A couple even owe me favors. If I'm lucky, your commander is one of them. Oh, you don't understand what a weight off my shoulders that is. I need Dr. Percival Walker to put together a sample analysis for this thing. Full workup. He'll know what that means. I'm not sure exactly where to find him, but last I heard he was contracting with the Trade Authority on Mars. There's a place called the Sixth Circle in Sidonia. Bar run by some old friends. I'll meet you and Percival there. And here. It's not a lot, but you've definitely earned it. Should cover the cost of fuel to Mars at least. Now please, go check in with your commander. We need to know what we're dealing with.
Ja. Lad os tage tilbage til Atlantis.
Takeoff initiated, Captain. We're go for orbital insertion. We're out of grav jump, Captain.
This is UC Security. Prepare to be scanned for contraband. Scan complete. You are cleared to land at New Atlantis.
Change Commander Tool. Okay. Det kan vi jo bare lige hurtigt gøre det samme sted.
Look who's back. All set with that probationary mission? We can do your debrief and formally welcome you into the Vanguard whenever you're ready. A terror? What? How did you walk away with the terramorph tissue sample running comms repairs? What happened to the settlers? A gene tag? Let me see that. Sanan. I know that name. Let me check the database. Huh. A lot of this data's been classified. Here we go. Service record. Wow. That's a lot of commendations. Seems like she served with distinction as co-head of a UC Xenoweapons division. Faced tribunal at the end of the Colony War, and was dismissed from duty. Guess that's why I'd heard the name before. If she's former Xeno warfare, though, well, we can at least be sure she knows her aliens. Certainly seems that way. Did your survivor, Hadrian, did she mention why she thinks this sample's so special? I see. This has been one of the more surprising debriefs I've ever been a part of. I did actually have another mission lined up for you, supporting UC system defense against the Crimson Fleet. But now I guess you have two options on how to proceed. Head to the UC Vigilance and help out SysDef, or deliver that sample. I'll make sure you've got the proper clearances for either path. Consider these your first official orders. And here, so everyone knows you're working with the Vanguard. Welcome to the Navy, Captain. Vanguard's also got some custom ship modifications. You'll be cleared for access to them next time you're down at the spaceport. Talk to ship services. Now, if there wasn't anything else, I suggest you move out.
Jeg har fået nye hjelme. Eller hvad hedder det? Så ud som om jeg har fået nyt tøj. Ja. De to, de er ens. What the hell? Vi skal til Mars nu. Og få ordnet den der sample der. Let's go, lad os tage til Mars.
Lifting off now. Ship system stable. Returning to orbit. down.
You
Everything
are
looks
entering
good.
United Colony space. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned. Scan complete. You're cleared to land.
We're go for touchdown.
Ah, I cherish these visits to the forgotten corners of the United Colonies. Look at this place. I can't imagine being cramped down here, choking on the fumes and the dust. No trees, no grass. It's depressing.
Vi har med, jeg skal snakke med.
Invoices can be collected from the... Oh. Not here for a delivery, are you?
Do you now? Well, I do wish I could help you, Captain, but Dr. Walker has been missing for some time.
A shame, too. We had such high hopes for Percival. I brought him on myself to do medical and biological consulting around the city. Not the sort of work the Trade Authority traditionally does. But we thought it had the potential to become a whole new type of revenue stream for our branch. I invested no small amount of personal capital into the endeavor. But then he decided to run off after a discipline issue. I presume the miners have him hidden somewhere. Plenty of cracks on this old rock. But at this point, it's probably for the best. That's correct. We're no longer interested in Dr. Walker's services. He did leave his post, however, with a sizable debt to his name. If you were to find him and get him to pay, the Trade Authority would be most grateful for it.
Oh, I loathe the Trade Authority. Is it absolutely necessary that we have to help them? Oh, I can't believe you're helping them. What a stupid waste of time.
Wonderful. I suggest paying a visit to the Sixth Circle, what I suppose is technically a bar on the lowest level of the city. If anyone knows where Percival is, the miscreants there would. But I would urge caution. They're not a group known for their hospitality.
It is illegal to transport plant or animal life to Mars without going through official UC channels or our trade authority partners. Adherence to this law is imperative in order to avoid unwanted infestation. Thank you for your cooperation.
Broken Spear's upstairs. Go drown yourself there. This bar's for devil's vets and their kin.
Doc Walker? You're barking up the wrong...
Andy, you. Why don't you come here and tell me what some stray wants with me?
The Red Devils aren't exactly your average bar crowd. You can see it in their eyes.
Not every day a
We
stray
don't belong here.
topsider wanders into my bar claiming they know people. What do you want with Dr. Walker? Uniform certainly looks real enough. Well then, Captain. I expect you should have no problem answering a few simple questions about the Vanguard, right? Like knowing, for example, what supra et ultra means. You remember your Vanguard motto, hmm?
It's all right. I can vouch for this one. He's Vanguard. True as they come.
And you're someone I should trust, huh? Why?
I'm UC military. Retired. Can give you my gene tag code too if you'd like.
Not necessary. But look, even if I decided I was going to help you get in contact with Dr. Walker, Percival made himself scarce for a reason. His debt to the Trade Authority. But if someone resolved that debt, well, Percival wouldn't have to hide anymore. Can bet that person would make a friend out of Percival, and the rest of us devils. And I'm always inclined to help a friend.
Hvorfor skal jeg altid gøre noget for dem? Altså, nå.
That's good to hear. Now, you want my opinion? Most straightforward way to take care of this debt would be to just saunter up to the authority and pay him direct, if you've got credits to throw away. Of course, rumor is the Trade Authority keeps all their records and collections files on a central server inside their storeroom. If someone was to break in there and adjust Percival's debt to something a little more reasonable, say a few hundred credits, I'd be happy to cover the costs.
Making that adjustment would be illegal. I don't think this is a road we should travel.
And, one soldier to another. Sidonia's full of old utility tunnels and crawl spaces. Wouldn't be surprised if there was one that let out right into the authority storeroom. Say, with an entrance behind the bar at the Broken Spear. Ooh, and you might need these. Now, what say you get out there and help Dr. Walker?
Vanguard. Heard you talking with Lou, so you're going to help Dr. Walker?
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah, sure. Listen, I know how you can do it without having to resort to any B&E. Aqueous hematite. Mars is full of it. People think it's just garbage, but Percival and I, we've been working on some projects in the deep mines. At least when he wasn't slaving away at his Trade Authority contract. But we stumbled on a way to make it useful and profitable. You give our research over to Octai at the Trade Authority, it should more than cover Percival's debt. That guy's always looking for an angle. Oh, I'm Cambridge. I was Percival's assistant. Well, apprentice, really. Couldn't work in the mines anymore, so he gave me a job helping with some of his side projects. Knows experiments inside and out, and I know this one was gonna be big. Yeah, it does. It would be. There's just one issue. We were never able to finish the research. Spacers moved in and ran us out. Started setting up shop.
Oh dear. I believe I see where this is leading.
But if you can clear them out, I can walk you through how to finish the research. Then you can give it over to the Trade Authority. They'll get folks working in the deep mines again. Jobs come back, I become a modern-day folk hero. Then I don't have to sleep on an inflated spacesuit anymore. Yeah. So access to the deep mines can be found outside the city. It's not far. Shouldn't even need to hop back in your ship. We'd set up right near the main drill. Taking out the spacer leader should get the message across to the rest of them to buzz off. Once you've managed that, phone up here on the comms panel, and I can walk you through finishing the research.
What? Last mistake you made. I can't see! Damn it! What's down there? You're already dead. Searching them, make it quick. You picked the wrong day to piss me off! Access stairs lead deeper into the mines. I hope we remember the way back to the surface.
You're carrying too many odds and ends. Time to let something go. This must lead to the miners' living quarters. I can't imagine having to live almost every waking moment underground. What's that?
En lockpick. Jeg skal ikke bruge nogen lockpick. skal nok løbe den anden vej her. Jeg tror, det er den her vej, vi skal. Ja, det skal vi. Fucking hell, det er svært at skyde med controller.
Next time. Well, we clearly...
This way?
Perhaps we should try making our way down using the caves in the back of the area.
Den kan jeg ikke mine nogen bare. Nå. Det er nok til samme våben, garanteret. Sarah, har de noget herinde, tror du? Nej. Kom så frem. Okay, tak. Lad os lige se her med noget researching. Ej, der er ikke noget. Super. Så finder jeg en cutter, men det kan være der. Okay, de vil have den der. Nå. Men det kan jeg jo ikke bruge, den der cutter der, jeg har. Den samme cutter. Oh.
All set? Good. You can take the elevator in that room back to the surface. There should be a key stashed in the thresh room, if the spacers didn't make off with it. I'll be waiting at the circle.
You've got the slate. Let me see. Reduced joint wear? Oh, increased lifting capacity. A dose of this stuff could make a miner way more efficient. This formula's gotta be worth at least as much as whatever Percival owes. Okay, so here's what you do. Tell Octai and the Trade Authority you found a business proposal that will make miners more efficient, higher yield, synergy, you know, all that business crap. And that you'll trade it to him for clearing Percival's debt. You good at doing pitches and stuff like that?
Why?
Oh, this is gonna be great. Oh, and here, a copy of the formula for yourself, in case you ever want to try maximizing your own industrial output. Oh, use that if you can. Good luck.
Was there something else? I'm never one to turn away an opportunity. But I'd be curious what you think you've uncovered in the Martian market that others have missed.
Aqueous hematite, iron and wastewater. Well, I'm not surprised no one has proposed something like this before.
And exactly what does this new drug of yours do? Sounds like it could be useful if the data backs up your claims. But where's this hematite coming from? The active mines would be too expensive to retool. The deep mines could be an option, but they're full of spacers. Or so I've heard.
Is that so?
Well now, that is intriguing. A completely untapped resource pool. And the sort of utility every mining firm in Sidonia would be clamoring to get their hands on. We could contract out all the actual lab work, bring on one of the hungrier mining concerns for materials. The licensing fees alone. And think what it would do for our image with the general populace. This mine, reopened thanks to the Martian Trade Authority. Very interesting indeed. And what do you want for the rights to this drug?
Dr. Walker's dead? That's it? Consider it wiped.
Well, it seems we have a deal then. And here, a finder's fee from the Authority. A perfectly reasonable amount for a discovery with this sort of potential. Wouldn't want you feeling shortchanged down the road. We'll just be taking that slate before you have any second thoughts. It was a pleasure doing business with you, Captain.
Austin, subterranean particle detonation imminent. Be advised
Oh, shit.
articles and find stable.
Yeah? Did you now? Fine work. My end of the bargain then, I suppose. He's holed up in the old Red Devil's HQ. Place was sealed up tight after the UC shuttered our unit, but we snuck him in the back entrance through the deep mines. Was also going to warn you about spacers down there. But it sounds like you might have already tossed those dregs. Yeah, the passkey. And I'll let him know there's someone he owes one hell of a thank you on their way down.
Yeah. Say I don't appreciate it, but I doubt you came all this way just to do me a favor. Now you want to explain to me why you're going around harassing nefarious old men by wiping away their hard-earned debts?
Dr. Walker, I got a tissue sample I need analyzed appropriately. I'm here to make a delivery for an old college of here.
Adrian sent you. She's... Did she look okay?
But,
A terramorph? She's fortunate to be alive at all. Hope you two had plenty of backup. So what's this she had you bring all the way down here after putting you in harm's way?
Talk on my own free reign 100% feature herself. Come on herself from a room to
Adrian said that, huh? If she made you come all the way for this... Let's get inside. I need to see these cells.
Der gik han jo også lige i loading screen også.
Gonna ask you.
Ja, lad mig lige tage hjelmen af en gang.
To not touch anything. Got some projects in the works down here. I wasn't expecting guests. Oh, and Lou mentioned how you took care of the dead. Can't say I'm thrilled the Trade Authority got their mitts on the research, but I guess that's the price you pay not to live in a cave the rest of your days. All queued up. Let's gaze into this abyss, shall we? All right, just get those cellular markers tagged. Wait, where are the markers? This can't be right. This sample, it's Londinian. I'll need to get this all in a slate. Adrian really gave you this sample. You're not lying to me? Because if you told me this was a hoax, and it'd be the best damn fake I've ever seen, I'd be mad and very, very relieved. Can't just humor an old man, huh? This sample, it's got all the indicators of the worst terramorph attack in human history. I presume you've heard of Londinian. It was. An entire city wiped off the map. The swarms were so bad, they had to blow the spaceport and seal the place off from the galaxy at large. Not a lot of samples made it off the world from the time of the attack, but the ones that did, well, they look just like this one. I didn't detect any of the telltale signatures this specimen ever sat on a ship while it was alive, either. I don't think it was transported to Tal Ceti. This specimen, it grew there, faster than any terramorph should. Which means, if we're about to start a new era in human-terramorph relations, where big, sudden Londinian-style attacks can happen outside Londinian, that's not gonna end well for humanity.
It would be the end of us as a species.
So, you lugged this bad omen all the way here. You want to tell me what your plans are for it now?
Hvad siger de? Last one.
The circle, huh? Could use a drink about now. Here, faster we take the lift to the surface. Not supposed to use it, but given the circumstances, I'm inclined to just ask forgiveness. Let's get going.
Yes, let's go.
Entertaining the notion of xeno-warfare angers me to the core.
Godt nok langsom. Tryk på den knap. Okay. Jeg kunne bare selv have trykket på knappen jo. Det kunne jeg jo. Ja, der kunne de bare have spawnet ned, kunne de? Så tager han den.
You're an old man now.
Han hjelmen på automatisk.
You're no hassling yourself anymore, Major. Our friend here showed me your sample. Suffice it to say.
Not here. Let's talk somewhere more private. Lou said we could use the back.
I imagine this is how Earth's very first astronauts felt when they stepped out onto their moon.
Lou gave me the abridged version of what went down. Yeah, I can't thank you enough for taking care of all that.
Makes two of us.
I hope it ultimately didn't end up being too much trouble.
Det gør det ikke. I was no walk in the park. Too much trouble is exactly how it describes your experience I just had. A little more gunfire than I usually like on the real jobs, but nothing I could match.
That's certainly not what I was expecting you'd have to go through.
Yes.
But thank you. I'm just glad you both came through intact. So, were you two able to get that workup together?
Got it right here. That sample? It's an exact match for the ones from Londinian.
Londinian. That's exactly what I was afraid of.
Not thrilled to be the bearer of that kind of news. That's for damn sure. So tell me you've got some kind of plan for that workup.
Well, right now, we've got more questions than answers. So I've been trying to figure out what it's gonna take to access our old Terramorph data.
Good place to start. What'd you find?
It's in the archives.
The Armistice Archives? Doesn't that mean we'd be dealing with the Cabinet? And the Freestar Collective? And House Varun somehow? Guess we can kiss that approach goodbye.
I didn't think the Cabinet would be willing to hear us out either. But I called in some favors. They've agreed to hear us out on two conditions. One, they want to see this analysis you two have procured. And two, they want to discuss what happened on Tau Ceti. With both of us.
If all you need is someone to charm some higher-ups, I am your guy. Doesn't sound like any run-of-the-mill desert you're at. I think owe me an explanation. Doesn't sound like any run-of-the-mill desert you're after. What is them? Okay, we'll talk about newest.
Well, that's about the best news I've had all day. But before you commit, I want to make sure you know the whole story. Percival and I, we're not just researchers. We were military scientists, ran a division of the UC together that deployed aliens on the battlefield as weapons.
No.
Place I was hiding out. That was our unit's home base.
After some early fits and starts at other facilities, the place eventually became the heart of UC xeno-warfare. A practice that's been banned ever since the armistice went into effect almost 20 years ago. And the UC military cut us loose for what we'd done.
Okay. And then one.
You need some time?
Lidt.
Oh, well, that means a lot. It's not something I'm exactly proud of. But it was during that assignment that the UC asked us to explore deploying terramorphs on the battlefield. The project never got off the ground, but the data our team gathered is now sitting in the archives, along with all the other information banned after the Colony War. Under the watchful eye of monitors from all the galactic factions still participating in regular politics. But if we can convince the cabinet to help us access that data, it'll give us the tools we need to decipher what exactly this sample might mean. And hopefully, how to prevent more attacks like the one that spawned it.
Not floored about you keeping information from me, but I guess I can help you. I'm going to need some time to run. Why will the cabinet agree to help us?
I mean, I hope they will. But accessing the archives, it's not 100% up to them. They'll also need the consent of the other signatories of the Colony War Armistice, the Freestar Collective and House Varun, in order to unlock it.
Since neither group is exactly on great terms with the UC at the moment, for various reasons.
Exactly. It's going to mean negotiations and deals and plenty of diplomatic legwork to see this through. But I don't see a better option to solving what's going on here. So it's gonna be up to us to get them on board.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go.
I'm gonna go get this work up into the cabinet's hands. I'll meet you out front of Mast in New Atlantis.
Okay, så vi skal til Atlantis igen.
You two are gonna need it.
Sidonia is an industrial town.
I don't know at sige, Sarah. Nej, okay. Ja, men så er det bare at komme afsted til New Atlantis. Så tror jeg faktisk også, at det er enden af episode 3. Men det var så Mars Mission, det her. Det var lidt tough, men også ret cool. Så det
Give the word and we'll get underway.
Hello, Captain.
Hello.
All is well, Captain, all things considered.
Tak skal du have. Tak skal du have. Godt, I er godt på vej, kan man så sige. Lad mig se, hvordan ser pengemæssigt ud og sådan noget der. 42. Det kan måske godt være, at alle de ting, vi har ombord på skibet, alle de ting, vi har fundet og lootet, det kan gå op til, at vi kan få et større skib. Så det er faktisk okay. Det er ganske fint, at vi tager til New Atlantis. Fordi så kan vi få det solgt, og så kan vi lige få klart den der mission. Og så kan det være, at vi kan måske købe os en nyt skib, en noget større skib, så at vi kan få flere crews ombord. Så, men jeg vil sige rigtig tusind tak, fordi I ville se med af den her episode 3 af Starfield. Det har været en fornøjelse, og det har faktisk været ret interessant indtil videre. Så jeg vil tage over fra Mars, og så vil jeg tage til New Atlantis, så I må have det rigtig, rigtig godt. Til vi ses i næste episode 4 af Starfield, så kan I have det. Hej hej.